Welcome to the 4th Halloween special. In this video, we're going to look at a little bit of the history of Halloween, but we're really going to be looking at all the crazy costumes of Halloween. So sit back and relax and let's stumble through this video together. And if you go on to like this video, please subscribe. So let's take a minute to explore the history of Halloween. Historians have linked aspects of modern Halloween all the way back to ancient times. Greeks wrote about the children dressing up as swallows, going home to home, singing songs, and then demanding the owners give them food or threaten to cause mischief if the owners refused. In the Middle Ages, Europeans would go home to home in costume, performing short scenes or parts of plays for food or drink, and this practice was called souling. In the 15th century, Europeans would go home to home with soul cakes as representatives of the dead or praying for their souls. This practice was called mumming. Many historians give credit to the Celtic festival Samhain, held on October 31st to November 1st, which marks the end of summer and beginning of winter. The Celts believed the night of October 31st was a time when the veil between life and death was at its thinnest, allowing the dead to roam the earth, and they lit bonfires and wore costumes to ward off spirits. The holiday was later influenced by Christianity. The church designated November 1st as All Saints' Day and November 2nd as All Souls' Day, incorporating in some of the old Celtic traditions. The night before All Saints' Day became known as All Hallows' Eve, which eventually became Halloween. In Scotland and Ireland, children went from home to home in disguise and received a gift of food, apples or nuts, and coins for the Halloween party. This was called guising and has been recorded back to the 16th century. Traditionally, in Scotland and Ireland, the children are the only ones supposed to receive treats if they perform a trick, sang, told jokes, or recited a poem. Scottish and Irish brought their traditions with them when they migrated to North America. In 1911, Ontario, Canada, reported children going about in all kinds of masks and costumes, entertaining the community in exchange for money, apples, or nuts. The Book of Halloween was written by Ruth E. Kelly and published in 1919. The early years of trick-or-treating was pretty much extortion. Young gangs dressed in disguise would yell out, "Trick or treat." If the property owner treated, their property would not be attacked. If they did not, their property was vandalized. Now let's look at some funny costumes. So these are just costumes that I thought were funny, or the way that they're posing is funny. The idea or the concept is funny. I think when you start getting into groups of people, coming up with imaginative way to include everybody, it's pretty cool. So a lot of these are group. I like this one, I think, the most, just because it's the Google location thing. God only knows what's happening in that picture. Alcohol might be involved. A cactus wants a free hug. They're free. And of course, beanie bears. And we're continuing with group costumes. Some of these are just simple group pictures in identical costumes, but others are very imaginative or themed. Got Mario here, Peter Pan, Flintstones, my favorite cartoon, Scooby-Doo, from the original series in the 1970s, The Golden Girls, Sesame Street. My favorite in this section is Bacon, Lettuce, Tomato or a BLT sandwich. Next up, couples costumes. Here we have Mr. Potato Head and Mrs. Potato Head, Mario and his princess, a wiener dog, Shaggy and Scooby-Doo, Ruh-Roh. This one's my favorite because they had a caption of, "This is why aliens have not abducted us yet." Of course, we have to have the adorable costumes. I'm not going to show the face of any of these children just to protect them from any online threats. However, you will get to see the faces of all the animals. Just imagine a child grinning big, because those are the ones that I picked. Although this family one about breakfast is awesome. Our little tube heart is grinning big and posing. The baby is cuter than the puppy in this one. But this one does take the cake, doesn't it? Too cute. Best buddies hanging out together. I really wish I could show you the pictures of these children's faces. They're so adorable. I'm not sure if this is a chicken or a rooster. I wonder how long it took them to get those rats to take that picture. I wonder how long it took the parents to make that, and if the child helped. I decided to go ahead and let you guys at least see the smiles. Of course we have to have a stupid costume. And these are the ones that need to remain buried. These are the costumes that I wouldn't even be buried in. They are just walking, talking examples of questionable decisions and yeah, maybe not good idea to go out in public like that. I know a lot of these are actually models modeling the product, but wow, whoever's buying these products, that's scary. Now for the best category, the very ones that will creep you out, frighten you, the scary ones. These are those costumes that you would see in the dark and just freak out. You would turn around suddenly and see something like this and just freak out. They're just so flippin' creepy. These are the costumes that you don't want to see on your Ring doorbell videos. If these loomed over your bed at night staring down at you, you would probably have a heart attack because they're so freaking creepy. But I love them because they are so creepy. Because that's what Halloween is to me personally, is the scary vibe, the creepy vibe, the weirdness. However, I do have an opinion of I don't think children should be dressed in these type of costumes. I think they need to grow up, and actually explore life before they get sucked into some of these costumes. So the adorable costumes are good for the children, but for adults, yeah, you gotta go this creepy, don't you? I hope you enjoyed this Halloween video, and if you did, please subscribe. It really helps the channel out. And thanks to Jim Riley for producing the music for this channel. Thanks for watching, everyone.